I'm personally managing over 40 ad accounts right now, and I've been running meta ads long enough to see both sides of Andromeda, before and after. And I can tell you, the difference is massive. But here's what nobody is talking about. While the big spenders are watching their accounts fall apart, this is actually the biggest opportunity we've seen in years for anyone willing to adapt. The adjustments we made are simple, but they require you to completely forget everything thought you knew about meta ads. My name is John Bortalios. I run an agency where I personally handle the ads for 40 different accounts. I'm not delegating this to my team. I mean these accounts every single day, making the changes, watching the data, and seeing what works. I've run meta ads through every major update they've ever rolled out, and Andromeda is different. It's not just a small tweak. Meta rebuilt the entire foundation of how their ad delivery system works. Most advertisers already know that this actually happened, and they know their ads stopped working and their CPAs went haywire. But I've been tracking this since the beginning of the rollout, and I've made specific changes across my ad accounts that have led to a more stable performance than we have ever seen before. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you what Andromeda actually changed under the hood, why your old campaign structure are being actively punished, the exact account structure we are using right now, how to scale without the CPA volatility everyone's complaining about, and why this is genuinely your unfair advantage if you're new to meta ads. Let's break it down. First, you need to understand what actually changed, because most people are flying blind. Andromeda started rolling out in early 2024. By October 2024, it was live on 100% of ad accounts, and it fundamentally rewired how Meta's algorithm processes and delivers ads. Here's why they had to do this. Meta was facing a massive technical bottleneck. Think of it like this. Imagine you're trying to play a video game on a computer from 2010. The hardware just can't keep up. That's what was happening to Meta. With the explosion of AI creative tools, AI generated videos, AI UGC creators, automated variations, advertisers suddenly started pumping out dozens of new ads every single day. And of course, more advertisers coming into the platform every single day. And Meta's whole system was built for a world where creating an ad took time and effort. Now you can generate 50 variations in an hour. The infrastructure just couldn't handle it. So Meta built Andromeda, a next generation model specifically designed to process massive creative diversity at scale. But to make this work, they had to change how the auction works. Now your ads go through an internal auction inside Meta's system before they ever reach a real person. Meta's algorithm decides which ads wins internally, then serves it to users. And here's the critical part. If you're running similar ads or clone variations or overlapping angles, Andromeda throttles you hard and sees that as an inefficient noise, and it cuts your delivery before you ever spend your budget. What stopped working? When Andromeda fully rolled out, the panic was real. Big accounts spending 50, 100, 200k a month just stopped working overnight. CPAs doubled. Winning ads died. Budget got burned with no conversions. And that created a massive opportunity, because while the veterans with complex account structures were scrambling, new advertisers and new media buyers had a clean slate. You weren't tied to the old strategies that didn't work anymore. You could build fresh, the way Andromeda actually wants you to. And here's what exactly broke. CBO campaigns with multiple ad sets used to be the gold standard. Now it creates volatile CPAs and burst spending. Meta mixes intent across your ad sets and can't figure out what you actually want. You get random budget allocation and unpredictable results. Complex account structures. If you have 10, 15, 20 campaigns running with similar angles or overlapping creatives, Andromeda sees that as spam. It throttles your entire account at the internal auction level. Traditional targeting, interest targeting, detailed demographics, none of this matters anymore. Andromeda ignores it. It's making decisions based purely on creative signals. The old playbook is dead, and the people holding onto it are getting destroyed. Let me show you the exact structure we're using right now across every single one of these 40 ad accounts. Principle 1. Keep it extremely simple. For most accounts, we're running one ABO campaign. No complicated funnel structures, no elaborate testing frameworks, just one campaign. Principle 2. Separate by angle, not by funnel stage. This is critical, and most people get it wrong. We are not creating different ad sets for top of the funnel vs middle of the funnel or bottom of the funnel. Meta decides what top, middle, or bottom of the funnel inside each ad set based on the creative. We separate purely by angle. For example, if you're selling a product, ad set 1, it's going to be busy professional with no time angle. Ad set 2, skeptic who tried everything else angle. Ad set 3, expert recommendation angle. Each angle gets its own ad set. Inside each ad set, you have multiple creatives that all speak to that specific angle. Principle 3. Angles must be extremely different. If your angles are too similar, Andromeda will throttle you. There is an internal auction happening at the ad set level, and if your ad sets compete against each other because they're basically saying the same thing, you lose. Your angles need to be genuinely different. Different hooks, different messaging, different emotional triggers. Principle 4. We don't do targeting. We disable the most invasive Advantage Plus options for e-commerce, but that's it. Otherwise, we let Meta decide. Creative is king. That's what Andromeda cares about, how we scale. Here's where most people are getting destroyed right now. They are scaling the old way, and it doesn't work anymore. We scale linearly on the ABO assets that are working. Small, gradual budget increases every few hours or days. Nothing dramatic, just steady, confident increases. And here's what changed. Meta doesn't like scaling down anymore. In the past, if your ROAS dropped, you'd cut the budget and it would bounce up. That doesn't happen nearly as much now. When you scale down, you don't get the ROAS recovery you used to. But when you scale up, ROAS is much more stable than it has ever been before. So when you add budget, be confident about it. Don't panic and immediately start cutting. Give it time to stabilize. If it stops converting after a budget increase, sure, go back to the previous level. Meta already has that data and it'll start working again, probably. But the key is don't shock the system. Andromeda loves predictable, linear scaling with fast conversions. And when we use CBO, we do run multiple CBO campaigns in some accounts, but only when an ad is proven in ABO and can't spend more. Most of the time, you don't need CBO at all. You can just scale with ABO linearly. Here's the biggest opportunity that's wide open right now. Andromeda rewards high volume of creatives, as long as they're different. The old Andromeda was about finding one winning ad and riding with it. The new meta is about having 8, 10, 15 genuinely different angles running at once, each with multiple creative variations. This is where AI becomes your fair advantage. You can generate UGC style ads with AI creators. You can create dozens of script variations. You can test more angles in a single week than most advertisers tested all year. But it has to be simple and structured. Clean ad account, one ABO campaign, different angles, and in different assets. High creative volume with each angle. That's the formula. Why this is your moment? If you're new to Meta Ads, you are a new media buyer, this is the best time to start in years. The big players are struggling. They have massive, bloated ad account structures that Andromeda is actively punishing. They are clinging to strategies that don't work anymore. You get to build clean from day one. You get to structure your accounts the way Andromeda wants from the start. The learning curve just flatten. Use it to your advantage.